Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, endurance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrew Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Well, Shalawam, Shalawam, sisters, Shalawam. Come on in, sisters, with your beautiful royal selves. Come on in. Who is here? Who is here? Please come on in. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Come on in. Who is here? Sister Ahab Karat, I know you are here. Shalom, sis. Shalawam. Who else is here? Come on in. Please drop something, a comment in the comment box and let me know that you are here. The water, sis, the water. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Call someone, let them know that we are live. Let them know we are live. The water, sis, all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. I am representing today. Let us get this royalty party started. The water, sis. The water. Before I go any further, let us give a huge shout out, a praise to the Almighty I Am that I am, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews, in the name of his Son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, Rawach Qadash. Yes, let us give them a huge round of applause for bringing us back here another Sunday. I am so excited to be here. I am your hostess, Kwala Yakaka, and I humbly thank you all for joining me on this broadcast today. Thank you all so much, because I know this is a special week. This is a very, very special week. Yes, so I thank you all for being here with me today. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. Happy first day of the week. I pray that you had a marvelous, a productive week. Praise the Most High, we are back. And guess what? Let me throw this up here for you all. Let me throw this up here. There we go. Yes. Happy Feast of Dedication, sisters. I know you were probably wondering, why is she all dressed up today? Why is she all dressed up? What is the occasion? So most of you already know. I just decided to get all dressed up for the occasion today. It is the Feast of Dedication. Happy Feast of Dedication. Blessed Feast of Dedication, everyone. All praises to the Most High for this amazing and high holy day. So I just thought, you know what? It's a special day. Let me get all regal and royal today. And yesterday we had such an amazing, let me take this down so I can talk to you all directly. But yes, that is my happy Feast of Dedication to you all. We had such an amazing time yesterday. For all of you out there that celebrated yesterday, I know you did as well. And we have a full 8 days of celebration and everything that we do during this high holy day, right? So all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. The water, sis, the water. Water, Sister Ahab Karad. I appreciate that. All praises to the Most High for this day. Yeah, so we are back. We are back here, another first day of the week. Yes. But before moving forward in this discussion, let's get rid of all of the disclaimers, because there's plenty. In this day and age, we got to put it out there, put these disclaimers out there, because it is necessary. So let me first start by saying tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But if you happen upon this channel and you realize that you do not agree with our beliefs, our lifestyle, it's okay to keep searching YouTube. And if you do, I am quite sure that you will eventually find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. You owe that to yourself. And I just wish you the best on your search. What I do ask is that you not leave any insults, any derogatory statements in the comment box, because that would be distasteful. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you in advance. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant and certified functional nutrition informed professional, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcast, such as tonight, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guest, and not those of any particular church or organization. Also, the information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. The content shared here, including videos, guides, and resources, reflects general wellness knowledge and personal experiences and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, treatment, or advice. Always seek the guidance of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, or wellness program. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have seen or heard on this channel. Some videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skin or hair care products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any product or adopting any wellness recommendation shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from any information, suggestions, or practices shared here. So that being said, let's talk about our featured product. Every week, we will be featuring a product from our Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures or Hebrew Royalty product lines. We have so many incredible organic products. Sometimes it is really difficult to choose. However, tonight's featured product is from our luxurious Temple Treasures collection. So let me introduce you to Shebrew Royalty's Temple Treasures collection. If this is your first time visiting, or even if this is your 100th time hearing about Temple Treasures, there's always something new that you can learn. So let us go to Temple Treasures, and I will reveal what our featured product for the night is. Give me just a minute here to get this up on the screen. All right, let's talk Temple Treasures. So it says here, your skin is your temple, sisters. Honor and treasure it with the luxury it deserves. Temple Treasures is a handcrafted, all-natural skincare line inspired by ancient beauty rituals and designed for the modern queen, infused with powerful botanicals, rare essential oils, and nutrient-rich ingredients. Our products nourish, restore, and elevate your glow. From the radiant facial scrubs to indulgent bath soaks, each formula is a sacred self-care experience. Because true beauty isn't just skin deep, it's a reflection of the divine within. Experience Temple Treasures where skincare meets sacred ritual. Begin your skincare journey to outer radiance and beauty now. So that being said, let us talk about our featured product of the night. So tonight, our featured product is Regal Royalty Temple Treasures Signature Blend. Let me bring that up on the screen here for you so you can see what I am talking about. We are talking about the luxurious bath soak right here, Regal Royalty Bath Soak. So step into your queenhood with regal royalty, the crown jewel of the Temple Treasures collection. This exquisitely handcrafted bath soap blends mineral-rich salts, as you can see here, the salts, sacred botanicals, and an opulent floral spice aroma to create a bathing experience worthy of royalty. It is infused with the intoxicating essence of jasmine sambac. Oh my gosh, if you have not had the opportunity to smell this scent, this jasmine sambac, oh my goodness, it's incredible. The uplifting brightness of neroli, the gentle citrus touch of bergamot, and the warm exotic glow of ginger essential oil. This soak envelops your senses in pure luxury. Lang Lang, sandalwood, and myrrh add a sensual grounding depth that transforms your bath into a sacred sanctuary. Enhanced with crushed frankincense resin, rosehip powder, and purple cornflower petals, each soak nourishes the skin while elevating the spirit. Indulge in this divine ritual and allow your body, mind, and spirit to be restored, renewed, and reignited, because every woman deserves to feel regal, radiant, and royally divine. Let's go over to the store so you can see. Let's find the regal royalty. We're here at Temple Treasures. Let's see, regal royalty bath soap. It's right here. And oh my goodness, sisters, let me see if I can get a close up on this. Oh my gosh, the aroma. Oh, I'm just telling you, and these are the purple cornflower petals that's in here. Oh my goodness. I just can't even describe the aroma. And that's why this is considered the crown jewel of the Temple Treasures collection. It is amazing. It's luxurious and aromatic, and it just leaves your skin just feeling so luxurious. So this is our signature blend, like I mentioned. And this is our featured product for the night. It is Regal Royalty Bath Soak. So there we go, sisters. Sister Hubkara says, I can only imagine. I'm telling you, sis, it really is divine. And let me just show you here. Just a little video. Yeah, these videos are really just a little snippet of, the product, but I am telling you. So who is ready to indulge in regal royalty, me time? Who is ready to indulge in that after that? I know I am, and can't wait until this show is over so that I can treat myself as the regal royalty that I am, and that I'm feeling tonight. So, sisters, yes, that is Regal Royalty Bath Soak. And it is incredible. So, speaking of me time, how about tea time? So, sisters, what is your cup of tea tonight? Sister Hub Karad, what is your cup of tea tonight? What is your cup of tea? I know it's something. I know it's something good. And I'm hoping that it's something that goes along with our regal royalty theme tonight. I hope it is, because my cup of tea is the Sacred Calm herbal tea. And I think it goes quite well with the theme. What do you think? So before you answer that question, let's explore sacred calm. Let us explore what this tea is about. So this is a fragrant blend, and it's more than just a beverage. It's a wellness ritual. Whether you're starting your day with intention, winding down from stress, or seeking sacred space for reflection, sacred calm nourishes your body, heart, and spirit. And as a matter of fact, I have my sacred calm right here. And look at my cup. Can you see my cup? My teacup. It says best Nana ever. That's what it says. I got this from my grandbabies. And they gave me a crown. I have a crown. Yes, my cup has a crown. And it's wearing white and gold just like I am today. So it's feeling quite regal and royal today as well. So, oh my gosh. I am just so serious. I am so serious. I am spoiled rotten. Can you all tell? I am really spoiled. I have been spoiling myself with these products. I really have. I mean, to have all of these yummy teas and luxurious skin products at my fingertips, I'm telling you, I'm just so blessed. I'm blessed. Sister Habkarad says, I'm on my kefir with agave kick. That is a great kick to be on, sis. That is really a great kick to be on, your kefir and agave kick. So let's talk about the Sacred Calm Herbal Tea. It's a hand-blended bouquet. And when I say bouquet, it's so fragrant. It really is like a bouquet of flowers, of common herbs. And I'll show you a picture in just a minute. It has the chamomile flowers, the lemon balm, the lavender buds, passion flower, spearmint, holy basil or tulsi, and rose petals. It's all organic, no additives, just the earth's medicine prepared with reverence. So I'm going to put a picture up here. It's another little snippet, little short video. That's what it looks like. And I want you to see that bouquet again. Let's watch that bouquet again. Look at that. Look at all that goodness that's in there. Yes. So this blend, it uses gentle nervines and common herbs in a soothing aromatic ratio. Chamomile flowers for deep relaxation and nervous system support. Lemon balm, which is uplifting, calming, and it's mildly sweet. Lavender buds, which eases tension and has a floral aroma. Passion flower has anti-anxiety properties and is emotionally calming. Spearmint eases the digestive system and has a sweet flavor. Holy basil or tulsi is an adaptogen and stress reliever. And rose petals support emotional release and heart alignment. In other words, it is just sacredly calming. So this is Sacred Calm Herbal Tea. And it is super, super delicious with or without a sweetener. I mean, I drink it a lot of times without any sweetener. But if I do opt to have a sweetener, of course, I have a drizzle of honey, and that just takes it to a whole other level. Sister Habkarad says, your Shebrew Strength Tonic is so good, sis. I'm loving it. All praises, sis, and congratulations. Yes, congratulations, sis, for being the winner last week. You won the Shebrew Strength Tonic tea last week. And yeah, congratulations. And once again, you were the first to to check in with me today, and the water for your support, the water for being here on time. I appreciate you. But yes, I'm so happy to hear that you're loving that tea. I do too. I love that tea. I really do. I mean, so far, I love all of my teas. I love all of my teas. If I don't like them, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it to the website. They're not going to make it. They're not. And so far, I have been very happy with my teas. All praises to the Most High. I love how they taste. I love how they smell. I love how they make me feel. So yeah, so far so good. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that compliment. So how do you brew your Sacred Calm herbal tea? You steep 1 to 1.5 teaspoon, and tonight I'm having 1.5 teaspoon in 8 ounces of water for 5 to 10 minutes. And you sip slowly and savor the sweetness and breathe deeply to inhale the calming aroma. And I love the scent of spearmint and the taste and what it does for my gut. So Ayandabar says, you are most welcome. So like all of our Shebrew Royal teas, this tea is not only healthy and nutritious, but extremely aromatic and delicious. So purchase yours on ShebrewRoyalty.com/royal-teas now. And also, before consuming, this is just a reminder, before consuming any herbal teas or supplements, please be sure to check with your healthcare provider or pharmacist to avoid potential interactions with medications or health conditions, or if you are pregnant or nursing. Please be sure to do that. So once again, sisters, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we're about to get started. Once again, our Instagram page is up. Please go over to Instagram if you are on Instagram, and we are at Shebrew Royalty LLC. Don't forget the LLC on the end. All right? Don't forget that. And that's on Instagram. That is the only platform that we're on, and I do believe that is going to be the only social media platform that we are going to advertise on. I don't foresee us going onto any of the other platforms. And that in itself was, that took forever to happen. But here we are. We are on Instagram. So last week's show, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's do a quick recap. So last week's show was screen time and the body, what your organs are trying to tell you. So we took an eye-opening look at something we all do every single day, multiple times a day. Spend time on our phones, tablets, and computers. We walk through how different organs respond when we spend hours looking at screens, from our eyes and brain to the heart, skin, digestive system, reproductive system, and even our ears. Each part of the body has its own way of letting us know when it is overwhelmed. We also talked about EMF waves, something we don't see or feel directly, but that can still influence our body in subtle ways. And of course, I shared simple, practical steps you can take to bring your system back into balance without giving up the technology that you rely on. I hope that we all learned a thing or two about the harmful effects of too much screen time and ways that we can decrease the risks. So if you haven't seen the show, please go back and watch last week's show, which is titled Screen Time and the Body, what your organs are trying to tell you. So that being said, and without further ado, it's showtime, and not at the Apollo, but right here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. So let's jump in. So peace and blessings, sisters, beautiful sisters. Welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, where we honor the temple, embrace ancient wisdom, and nourish both inner and outer beauty. I'm your hostess, YASHAYA, a licensed physician assistant, certified functional nutrition informed professional, and most definitely an advocate for sacred self-care. So tonight, we're talking about a health topic that affects far too many of us, high blood pressure. And what's wild is that sometimes it's not the big things. It's the everyday habits, the little things we do without thinking that quietly raise our blood pressure and put stress on our hearts. But here's the good news. Once we understand these habits, we can take simple, powerful steps to reverse them. And that's exactly what we're diving into tonight. So, sisters, high blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. It often has no symptoms, yet affects our heart, our kidneys, our hormones, our whole rhythm. Let's talk about the habits that sneak up on us. Some of these habits we're already aware of, but sometimes just a gentle reminder is necessary. So, habit number one, too much salt or the wrong kind of salt without realizing it. Most of us think we don't eat too much salt. I hear it all the time. I don't add salt to my food. But over 70% of our sodium comes from packaged foods, restaurant meals, canned soups, sauces, and seasonings. And most of these things have bad salt or too much salt. Especially the wrong type of salt makes the body hold on to water, which increases the pressure inside your blood vessels, like turning up a hose. So, what can we do to fix that? We'll talk about that in just a moment. Habit number two, not drinking enough water. When we're dehydrated, our blood vessels tighten up. That alone can send your blood pressure rising. Sometimes high blood pressure is really just the body saying, sis, I need hydration. It's just that simple, right? So if you know you're not drinking enough water, start drinking adequate amount of water. Number three, this is a big one. This is huge. Living in a state of stress. We're strong, but we're not made to live in constant stress. Chronic stress raises cortisol. Cortisol stiffens the arteries, and stiff arteries raise blood pressure. It's not just emotional, it's also physical. Habit number four, sitting too much. A sedentary lifestyle tells the heart, I don't need you to be strong. So when you're just sitting around, you're just telling your heart, oh, you can just be weak because you don't have a whole lot of anything to do. So a sedentary lifestyle is not good for the heart. The heart becomes weaker and blood pressure rises. Habit number five, too much caffeine. Yes, I know some of you love your coffee, but depending on your sensitivity, even one strong cup can spike your numbers. That's why if you're like me, you prefer a healthy, nutritious cup of decaf herbal tea. I'm just saying, Shebrew royal teas, right? I am not a coffee drinker. Years ago, I used to be, And oh my goodness, the heartburn, the palpitations, it was just a lot going on when I was drinking coffee. And it didn't last long because it just had such a negative effect on my body. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but most definitely a tea drinker. Habit number 6, poor sleep. Sis, if you've been getting less than 6 hours of sleep, your body is in survival mode. And survival mode always raises blood pressure. Habit number 7, alcohol and smoking. And, most of us that I know don't smoke, but even a glass here, a glass of wine here and there is fine, but daily drinking raises blood pressure. So we have to be very careful with that. And nicotine, whether it's cigarettes or vaping, it instantly tightens your blood vessels. And what happens when your blood vessels tighten? Your heart has to pump harder and faster to push blood through the vessels. This can lead to not only a rise in your blood pressure, but your heart muscle to enlarge and become weak. Habit number 8, processed foods. Sure, they're convenient, but they're loaded with sodium, preservatives, and inflammatory oils. All of these push the blood pressure upward. Habit number 9, or should I say condition number 9, not to body shame ever, but we need to understand that visceral body fat produces hormones that raises inflammation and increases blood pressure. So if there's extra weight, especially around the midsection, we need to work on that. This is biochemical, not emotional. So let's go even deeper, because I always want to incorporate articles or videos from reputable sources and experts to help drive the point home. So tonight we're going to look at this article. It is 7 everyday habits that raise blood pressure and how to reverse them, because some of these habits I've not gone over yet. Some I have, but some I have not gone over yet, and I want you to look at these 7 everyday habits that raise blood pressure and how we can reverse them. Let's take a look at this article. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is just drop this article. Let me know if you're able. This is through the Epic Times. And sometimes, let me see here. I'm going to drop the link for the article in the comment box here. Let me know if you are able to open it. Let me know if you're able to open the link. Because if you are, I won't bring it up on the screen. You can just follow with me. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and pull it up. Maybe I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and put it on the screen. Because sometimes with Epic Times, if you don't have a subscription, you won't be able to open the article, but we'll see. Let's see. Did anyone respond? Let's see. Oh, you were able to open it. Oh, Khan, all praises. Okay. So what I will do, yes. Yeah, I'm just going to read it here? Since you are able to open it, it says 7 everyday habits, because sometimes it's really difficult managing. I have 2 screens going on here. One is farther away from me and one is right in front of me. And it's so much easier to read from the screen that is right in front of me than the one that's distant. And sometimes I'm here trying to scroll both screens at the same time, and it just get a bit confusing. So tonight I am just going to use my one screen here that's closer to me, and we can get started. Let me just okay, got my screen there. All right, so this is from, like I said, the Epic Times, this article. And it is 7 everyday habits that raise blood pressure and how to reverse them. This article was written by Shalawam, and she is a seasoned nurse with a decade-long writing career. I can't hear you whenever I open it up. Oh, but it turns my video off. Okay, never mind, sis. Never mind. Let me pull it up on the screen for you. We don't want to do that. We don't want it to do that. I didn't know. That's the first time I've heard that. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know that I am going to put it up on the screen. And what I can do, so I don't have to read it from a distance, I can actually have it read. I can have it read. So
7 everyday habits that raise blood pressure and how to reverse them. Your blood pressure has likely already spiked a few times this morning without you even noticing. If your alarm jarred you awake, your heart rate began to jump. If you skipped breakfast, grabbed a coffee, and sat down at your desk under fluorescent lights, it likely spiked. On any given day, by noon, your vessels have tightened and released dozens of times, a rhythm your body tracks even when your mind is unaware. Over months and years, those invisible surges stiffen arteries and reshape the heart. We may blame genetics or excessive salt in our diets, but much of the damage occurs quietly throughout the day. For decades, treatment has involved medications and low-sodium diets. However, research now shows that everyday habits can lower blood pressure as much as medication for some people. The heart is really a mirror of the body's overall state, Dr. Cynthia Fake, a Harvard-trained cardiologist in Los Angeles who practices integrative medicine, told the Epic Times. Your emotional health shapes the vagus nerve and the autonomic nervous system, which in turn influence inflammation, oxidative stress, and even gut and immune function. Her perspective reflects a quiet shift in cardiology, as more physicians acknowledge what she calls the mind-body-spirit connection. Hypertension, she said, rarely stems from a single cause but from a gradual tightening that builds over time. High blood pressure may be called the silent killer, but it is far less silent once you know where to listen. Skipping sunlight. Modern life keeps us chronically underexposed to natural light. Most adults spend about 90% of their time indoors. When we're outside, we cover up, seek shade, and block the very light our bodies have evolved to need. In a 2023 study published in BMC Public Health, involving 8,613 adults, those who practiced multiple sun protective habits had a 29% higher risk of hypertension. In a large Swedish study, women who spent most of their time indoors had 41% higher odds of developing high blood pressure than those who made sunlight a part of their daily life. Sunlight lowers blood pressure by releasing nitric oxide from stores in the skin, Dr. Richard Weller, a dermatologist and cardiovascular researcher at the University of Edinburgh, told the Epoch Times in an email. Lowering blood pressure reduces the risk of strokes and heart attacks. This beneficial effect of sunlight occurs independently of vitamin D and thus cannot be replaced by taking vitamin D supplements. What to do? A few minutes of morning or midday light may do more for your arteries than another medication. Just 10 to 30 minutes of sunlight between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. will do the trick. The goal isn't tanning but balance, said Weller, steady, safe exposure over avoidance. Even a brief walk outside or sitting by an open window at lunch can help restore what being indoors quietly takes away. Poor sleep. The rhythm sunlight sets each morning can easily unravel by night. In a study of more than 12,000 adults, those whose bedtimes varied most were up to 30% more likely to have high blood pressure, even when total sleep time was the same. The body's clock craves consistency. Irregular sleep jolts cortisol levels, keeping blood pressure high long after the morning's first cup of coffee. Sleep apnea adds another load, affecting nearly half of people with resistant hypertension. Proper treatment using a continuous positive airway pressure device or oral appliances can drop systolic readings by 5 to 10 points. What to do? Go to bed and wake up at consistent times, even on weekends. Dim lights an hour before sleep. Keep devices out of the bedroom. Get sunlight within an hour of waking. Morning light helps anchor the body's internal clock, making restful sleep and steadier blood pressure far more likely. Too much sitting. Stillness strains the cardiovascular system. In a 2024 trial, healthy young men who sat for 3 hours experienced blood pooling in their legs and a rise in blood pressure. Another study found that long bouts of sitting made blood pressure swing more from moment to moment, a hidden volatility linked in earlier research to greater risk of hypertension and heart disease. When energy or movement is blocked, the body mirrors that resistance, Fake said. What to do? Standing every half hour, stretching, squatting, or climbing a few stairs helps restore blood flow and release nitric oxide, which relaxes vessels and steadies blood pressure. Not drinking enough water. Movement keeps blood circulating. Water keeps it fluid. Even mild dehydration makes the heart work harder. When water levels are low, plasma volume shrinks and vessels constrict, a built-in reflex that helps maintain high blood pressure. Over time, that strain becomes the body's new normal. Most people are underhydrated, said Thake. Lack of water causes vasoconstriction, inflammation, and salt retention, all of which raise blood pressure. She calls dehydration one of the most overlooked drivers of hypertension. The familiar 64 ounces rule, she tells patients, covers what you lose, not what your body needs to thrive. Consistent hydration through fluids and water-rich foods helps the kidneys clear sodium and keeps vessels supple. What to do? A simple rule of thumb is to aim for half your body weight in ounces daily, more if you are active or in hot weather. Most adults do better with roughly 6 pints of water a day, adjusted for body size, Fake said. Too little potassium. If water keeps blood moving, potassium helps the vessels relax. Most Americans get far less of it than their bodies need. Before civilization, the natural diet was rich in potassium and poor in sodium, Dr. Paul Welling, a renal physiologist at Johns Hopkins Medicine, told the Epoch Times. People ate unprocessed foods, mostly plants, fruits, and fresh meats, which naturally supplied far more potassium. With the processing of foods, that's completely reversed. Now we have very little potassium and too much sodium. The body hasn't adapted to the new diet. Low potassium tells the kidneys to hoard sodium, as if famine were coming, which drives blood pressure up, what Welling calls the potassium switch. When potassium levels are low, the switch activates salt retention mode, increasing blood pressure. Modern diets deepen the imbalance. A 2022 analysis published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that people who ate the most packaged snacks, frozen meals, and sweetened drinks had a 23% higher risk of developing hypertension. Each daily soda, according to another study, raised that risk by about 10%. These foods overload the body with sodium and sugar while stripping away potassium. If you cooked your meals from whole ingredients, Welling said, you probably wouldn't have this problem. Supplements, he said, rarely help. They don't supply enough potassium to make a difference. What to do? A DASH or Mediterranean-style diet, built around fruits, vegetables, beans, yogurt, and other potassium-rich foods, remains the best approach. Cooking at home with whole ingredients helps restore the balance that processed foods erase. Even one swap helps: a piece of fruit instead of a bar, sparkling water instead of soda. Small corrections in what we eat can quiet the system as surely as a pill. Frequent conflict and hostility. Emotional strain can undo the gains of eating well, sleeping deeply, and moving regularly. In a 2022 study published in the Annals of Behavioral Medicine, men with hypertension were more likely to read neutral faces as angry, a perceptual bias that predicted later blood pressure spikes. A Taiwanese study found that people who bottled up their emotions yet ruminated on conflicts kept their pressure high long after arguments ended. That slow recovery from conflict may matter more than the initial spike. When tension lingers, stress hormones and vessel tone stay elevated, and the body forgets how to relax. Every patient I see with difficult-to-control hypertension has a strong need for control, Fake said. The opposite, surrender, is often the key that unlocks healing. Hypertension is the biology of resistance, a physical echo of the mind's need to hold on, she said. Fear imagines a dark future. Faith imagines a hopeful one. Only faith lets the body rest. What to do? Fake tells patients to interrupt the cycle, take a breath, say a prayer, step outside. Even a few seconds of release can nudge pressure back toward normal. The power of small shifts. Blood pressure doesn't rise overnight, nor does it settle quickly. It builds through small imbalances and unwinds the same way. A simple prescription. Morning light to reset rhythm. Movement every half hour to wake circulation. Water to keep blood flowing. Unprocessed, mineral-rich food to restore balance. Rest at regular hours. Moments of calm to quiet the mind. Faith and hope. Screens off before bed. Even a modest 5 to 10 point drop can lower the risk of heart attack or stroke by about 20%. The real prescription, Fake said, is gentler, small acts of care layered with trust. Give yourself what a favorite plant needs: light, movement, water, and peace. When you do, the body remembers what balance feels like.
There we go. So who knew? Getting enough sunlight drops the blood pressure, helps bring the blood pressure back to normal. Your sleep, our sleep is so important. And we're talking not just laying in bed and tossing and turning. You have to get actual sleep, at least 6 hours a night. At least 6 hours a night. So those were some really, really good tips. But let's talk. That was really, really good information. But let's talk about hypertension in the Black, African American community, Hebrew Israelite community. Let's talk about the numbers and the root causes. So before we move into how to reverse high blood pressure, let's take a moment to reflect on how this issue impacts our sisters and brothers in, like I said, the Black, African American, Hebrew Israelite community. because context matters, right? Health equity matters, and knowledge empowers us. So let's talk about some statistics. Khan says, I myself am going to implement these more. The sunlight is a thing for me. The sunlight is a thing. Because a lot of times I stay up late at night, so I end up sleeping late. And when I get up, it's like I've got so many things to do in the house. And before you know it, I may run out to do some errands, but I'm not able to really just sit in the sun and soak up 30 minutes of sunlight a day. And so I have to do better at that. In the summertime is really not an issue, right? But now we're going into these colder weathers, these gloomy, cloudy days, and it's difficult in the autumn and winter seasons. So according to the CDC for adults in the US during August 2021 to August 2023, the age-adjusted prevalence of hypertension among non-Hispanics, Black, or African American adults was 58%, the highest among all racial or ethnic groups, and that's according to the CDC. From 2017 to March 2020, the percent of Black men aged 20 plus with hypertension was around 56.8%, and for Black women, approximately 61%. That also is according to the CDC. In many cases, blood pressure control among Black adults is lower, meaning even when hypertension is identified, it's less frequently brought to target compared to other groups. And that also is according to the CDC. So what's happening? What are the root causes? What are some of the root causes? Genetic and physiology. While genes alone don't tell the story, some studies show Black adults tend to develop hypertension earlier and more severely than other groups, and that's according to heart.org. Sodium and potassium balance is another issue, which we just talked about we just heard about in the other article. Higher dietary sodium and lower intake of potassium-rich foods, such as fruits and vegetables, are more common in under-resourced communities, contributing to higher blood pressure. That too is from heart.org. Obesity, diabetes, kidney disease, these co-conditions are more prevalent in Black communities and drive up blood pressure risk. Once again, according to heart.org. Then there are social determinants of health, which includes poverty, limited access to healthy foods, safe environments for exercise, and quality medical care. One study found that the intersection of poverty and hypertension creates a disproportionate burden of cardiovascular disease among non-Hispanic Black adults, according to the CDC. Then there's, of course, chronic stress and racism-related stress. The constant exposure to discrimination, economic stress, neighborhood stressors, and fewer resources creates physiological wear and tear, which can elevate blood pressure. And that's according to the American Heart Association journals. Then there's healthcare access and trust. Lower rates of treatment, delays in care, and undertreatment are part of the picture for many Black individuals. And this is according to the Office of Minority Health. So as sisters and allies, it's especially important that when we talk about heart health and blood pressure, we honor that context, that for Black women, high blood pressure is not just about diet and exercise, it's about environment, culture, stress, and structural factors. So when we craft our rituals, our teas, our self-care practices and product lines, let's keep that full picture in mind. And that's one of the things that I keep in mind is health and wellness. What can I do on my end to help bring forth healthier options for us? Sister Habkara says Yasharala is the initial target. Khan says, I most certainly agree with you there. I certainly agree with you. So it's time to act. Now that we see the landscape, let's move into how we can act, how we can reverse these everyday habits with a deep holistic approach that honors our bodies, our ancestry, and our future. It's not about getting more and more medications. It's not about putting a Band-Aid on a hemorrhage, right? It's about going in and stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding at the source. So we've gone over quite a few of the causes of the elevated blood pressure and how to reverse these everyday habits. But in summary, I want to go over some of these habits again and how we can reverse them. So about the sodium, reducing hidden sodium. Look for low salt or no salt added when you're buying whatever products you're buying out there, whatever foods. Cook with herbs, spices, lemon, and garlic. Rinse canned veggies and beans. Eat fresh when possible. And use unrefined sea salt in moderation. Avoid table salt. So for myself, if I buy something canned, I look for either the low sodium or the no salt added. Then I now am able to adjust the salt that I want. I get to use the salt that I use, which is a sea salt, and to my flavoring. I don't want it extremely salty, but I do want to be able to taste my food. I like flavor. And that's one of the reasons why I buy low or no sodium, whether it's canned or whatever. I don't want them adding my sodium for me. I do that myself. So also add a squeeze of lemon to your water, and it helps the kidneys to release sodium, excess sodium. Number 2, hydrate properly. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups daily. You may want to add cucumber, lemon, or a splash of coconut water. I love coconut water, so I have no issues drinking coconut water, and it has so many good electrolytes in there. So add that to your fluid intake. Sip herbal teas like hibiscus, ginger, or hawthorn. These are good for lowering blood pressure. Start your morning with a warm cup of femininity or a hibiscus blend for hydration and circulation support. Once again, before consuming any herbal teas or supplements, please be sure to check with your healthcare provider or pharmacist to avoid potential interactions with medications or health conditions, or if you are pregnant or nursing. This is very important. Number 3, stress relief rituals. Deep breathing for 2 minutes. And we've gone over this in so many of our previous videos. Stretch or walk after stressful moments. Rather than engaging in an argument, just pause breathe, maybe excuse yourself and go for a walk and collect your thoughts and come back. Then also take a warm bath soak to calm your nervous system. Oh my goodness. What an incredible idea. Maybe Regal Royalty bath soak. Right? Doesn't that sound really good right now? Use common aromatherapy such as lavender, frankincense, sandalwood, and most importantly, prayer. Prayer is such an amazing stress reliever. Release everything to the Most High. And remember, even the heart needs stillness. The heart needs stillness. Don't overexert the heart in a negative way. Also, unfortunately for many people that celebrate the holidays, instead of it being what did they say? The most wonderful time of the year. This is what they want everyone to believe, right? In actuality, it's one of the most, if not the most stressful time of the year. So we are right smack dab into it, right? This time of the year, which for us that celebrate the holy days, this is really one of the most wonderful times of the years for us. But unfortunately, for those in the world that celebrate the holidays, where everything is about how many gifts did I get? How many gifts do I have to buy? How many people are coming over for dinner? And the whole shebang. We were all in it. I know. I remember what this time of the year was like, especially when you have children at home and they're being raised to believe that they need all these gifts. Everybody has to, keep up with the Joneses and so on. So this is an incredibly stressful time of the year. So let's be mindful of that, because depression, anxiety, and suicidality increases this time of the year for so many people. So let's be mindful and to keep those that we know are struggling in our thoughts and prayers. For anyone out there that is, or if you know someone that is struggling with thoughts of suicide, please call the Suicide Prevention Hotline or 911 so that you or that certain someone can get the help that you or they need. Because like I said, for a lot of family members and friends, co-workers that we know, this and some people put on this great face, but this can be a very, very stressful and depressing time of the year for some people. Lots of stress. So here's another tip. Move your body daily. 20 to 30 minutes of walking or dancing. Who loves to dance? I do. Sister Habkarad says, yes, we are loving these holy days. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You see, I got dressed up. I had an occasion to get really dolled up today, so I thought, why not? Why not? The holidays were definitely stressful, sis. They were, and people go in debt. And then by January, it's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Now I've got all this debt on me. Yeah, it's sad. But introduce others to the tips that you are learning tonight. Introduce others to these tips. So move your body daily, 20 to 30 minutes of walking or dancing, stretch every hour. If you have a desk job and you're not able to get up and do a whole lot of walking around. Just stretch next to your desk. Get up and squat, or get up and just take a walk to the bathroom, at least around every 30 minutes, at least every hour, right? Do gentle exercises or movements that help you to wind down at night. Small movements equal big results. Also, balance your caffeine. Try morning ginger tea for energy instead of coffee. Switch to green tea if you're sensitive, and avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Number 6, protect your sleep like a queen. Create a relaxing nighttime ritual. Try one of our Temple Treasures luxurious bath soaks. That's an idea. Turn off screens an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and sacred. Number 7, moderate alcohol. And for anyone out there that smokes, stop. Keep alcohol to 1 drink or less. Seek support for quitting nicotine. Your heart will thank you immediately. It will be so grateful to you. Number 8, choose whole foods. Focus on fruits, veggies, lean proteins, and whole grains. Minimize fast foods and packaged items. Yeah, we know what comes with this fast food. The fast food out there is not food. It really is not food. It may be fast, but I don't know about the food part. So when your food is alive, your body feels alive. So fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables, organic, preferably. Organic, preferably. Number 9, support healthy weight gently. Start with hydration and sleep. Add movement. Include herbs that support circulation and metabolism, such as ginger, green tea, cayenne, nettle, and holy basil. And let's not forget sunlight. Sunlight. The importance of natural sunlight. So during the winter months, like I mentioned earlier, it's difficult to get enough sunlight. So get it in whenever you can. When the sun comes out, go and soak it up, because sometimes we go for days without much sun. All day today was cloudy. So the sun wasn't really out today. So let's talk about our herbal allies for blood pressure support. These herbs have been used for centuries, and modern science agrees. Hibiscus lowers blood pressure naturally. Hawthorn is heart strengthening. It's a heart strengthening tonic. Ginger enhances circulation. Garlic is a powerful vasodilator, so it dilates the blood vessels. Lemon balm calms cortisol. Cortisol is horrible, and it increases with stress. So lemon balm, nettle leaf. Nettle leaf it's a mineral-rich supporter. Holy basil balances your stress hormones, and these can be incorporated into teas, tinctures, tonics, or daily wellness rituals. Our teas, Shebrew Royal teas, have plenty of. We have the hibiscus, we have the hawthorn, we have the ginger, the lemon balm, and nettle leaf, and holy basil in most of our teas. Once again, I stress the importance of communicating with your doctor before starting any herbal remedies or any tinctures or tonics. right? So sisters, high blood pressure is not just a medical condition, it's a message from the body. A message that says, slow down, nourish me, bring me back into balance. And the beautiful part is you absolutely can. So today, choose one or two habits. Sister Habkarad, you mentioned earlier that you're going to start incorporating more of these. Choose one or two habits to shift, whether it be drinking more water, add a calming ritual, such as a bath soak, just relaxation, maybe reading a book, most definitely prayer. Enjoy a nourishing herbal tea, or simply take a deep breath right now and recognize that your heart is listening. Your heart is listening. So, yeah, that is our show for tonight. I hope you all learned quite a bit about how to these habits that we do on a daily basis, on a regular basis, that's causing our blood pressures to go out of whack. And sometimes it's just something as simple as we've gone over getting enough sunlight, drinking enough water, and so on. So let's be more mindful. All right, sisters. So let's talk about next week's show. Just a reminder, once a month here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we will be honoring a medical superhero, a Black pioneer whose brilliance, courage, and innovation helped shape the fields of medicine and holistic wellness as we know them today. This series is designed to restore what history attempted to erase. The truth that African Americans have been architects of healing, not just recipients of care. By remembering their contributions, we reclaim legacy, we reclaim dignity, and we pass forward the wisdom of those who paved the way for our wellness today. That being said, our next Black medical superhero will be honored on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty on next Sunday, November 30th. Please mark your calendars so you don't miss it. It's going to be another excellent show next week, sisters. Also, this channel is not monetized, but if you find the information that is presented on this channel to be useful and valuable to you, please feel free to give a donation to the cause. Nothing is too small or too great. Shebrew Royalty LLC and Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty are labors of love and appreciation. What I present on this channel and create and offer on ShebrewRoyalty.com comes from a place of love, care, and appreciation for each and every one of you and myself, and most importantly, the Most High. We appreciate any gift that the Most High puts on your heart to donate. Donations may be sent to $Shebrew Royalty on Cash App. Please be sure to specify donation as the purpose for the transaction. Thank you, the Wada, in advance for your generosity. So, sisters, last week I announced, first of all, we had a door prize. That was our very first door prize, that giveaway last week. And Sister Habkarad is the one that won the door prize. So once again, congratulations. We also made another announcement last week that this week I was going to have another great announcement. So let me see if I can get some drum roll or something here. Give me just a second. There's got to be a drum roll somewhere. Let me find a drum roll. Let me find a drum roll. There we go. There we go. We got a drum roll. So, our last tea party was in 2023 in Northern California, and it was amazing and beautiful. Absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. And that was our second annual tea party. And the goal when I was in California was to have these tea parties once a year, and in June. But right after the 2023, which was the second annual Shebrew Royalty Summer Tea Party, right after that, I moved to Texas. Our tea party was on June 4th, I think. And on June 29th, I was in my car driving to Texas, relocated to Texas. So it's been a couple of years since we've had a tea party. Of course, I had to come here and get settled in and get a few business and logistical stuff handled. And here we are. So the announcement is we are having a tea party in 2026. 2026. I mentioned it last week that, I didn't forget that I was going to announce it this week. There were T's that needed to be crossed and I's that needed to be dotted, but all of that is done now. So let me throw this up on the screen here for you so you can see something. Let's see, do I have a comment there? I have a comment. Sister Ada, Shalawam sis, Shalawam, she said, nice. So yes, let me throw this up on the screen for you all to see. I am going to put this up here and I am going to hear me. Let me add myself back to the stage so you can hear me. So this is our upcoming 2026 Virtue Women's Conference and Tea Party 2026. What makes this upcoming event in 2026 even more special is because it is not just a tea party, but an actual 3-day event. It's a conference and tea party, and also other fun stuff will be going on at, at this time. Oh my goodness. So let me give you a brief overview. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me see. Comments. Sister Ada says, awesome. The water says, yes. So let me give you all a brief overview of, and you can't see me. This thing is right in front of me. I'm over here. Here I am. I'm right behind behind the screen here. So the event name is the Virtue Women's Conference and Tea Party. This event is hosted by Shebrew Royalty, LLC. The purpose is to inspire, uplift, and encourage women and girls with a special focus on those that are not part of our church. Because this is not a church event. I want to make that very, very clear. This is not affiliated in any way with the church. So the attendees, women, mothers, girls, ages 5 and up. This is a 3-day event consisting of Friday morning and afternoon. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to take this down so I can talk directly to you all. Give me just a second. Let me take this down. There we go. I'll bring it back up in just a few minutes. So this will be a 3-day event consisting of Friday morning to afternoon workshops on women's health and wellness, finances, business, etiquette, and home economics. Also, age-appropriate activities for young girls, because we're talking about girls ages 5 and up. Saturday afternoon and evening, we will have sip, paint, and pizza party at Painting with a Twist in Universal City, Texas, for women, daughters, girls. Once again, ages 5 and up. Sunday morning to early afternoon that will be our tea time party and brunch with a keynote speaker and entertainment for women, daughters, and girls. This is going to be an elegant, regal, royal affair. The tea party. This is where you get to get dressed up, and we'll go more into what the attire is going to be. I have all these ideas, but our last tea party, and maybe next week I'll bring out some pictures from our last tea party so you all can see. I mean, last time we had a most creative head wrap contest. We have a most fabulous hat contest. We had so much fun. And this event is also going to be held at a golf course and event center, Olympia Golf Course and Event Center in Universal City here in Texas. That being said, while we are having TEA time on Sunday morning to early afternoon, all of the girls are going to be inside having TEA time. We are going to invite those of you that have husbands, sons, and so on that may want to accompany you on that Sunday for tea time on the golf course. So they can have a golf outing at the resort golf course while we're having our regal royal tea party inside. Doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't that sound truly amazing? I know it sounds so amazing to me. It's going to be incredible. It is really going to be incredible. I love putting these type of events together because we really get to be all girly and dressed up and so on, and just have fun while we learn as well. Because like I said, Friday is going to be all day of workshops, and it's just going to be really incredible. So the date and time, this is tentative, but right now I'm really believing June 5th through the 7th, 2026. The location is Olympia Hills Golf Course and Event Center. And all of this information I am going to have available for you. I'm working on a website so that you can go on there and get all of the information that you need. This is where you will be able to make any payments. The goal will be to have where you can make payments towards this. And for those that will be traveling from out of town, we do have a hotel that we are working with to give us the group rate discounts. So I am so excited about this. Once again, this event is hosted by Shebrew Royalty LLC and is not affiliated with any other organization or church. It is open to all women and girls ages 5 and above that are interested in attending this regal royal affair. 5 to 17-year-olds must be accompanied by an adult. So for more information will follow. So please stay tuned. Pass on this information to any sister, any woman that you know that would be interested in attending this royal affair. All right. So what do you think, sisters? Are you ready? Are you ready? Sounds like fun, Sister Habkarad says. It is. I am going to show you all some pictures next week, most high willing, on our last tea party. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. So get ready because June will be here before you know it. I know I am. I can hardly contain myself. I've been planning this for the last couple of years. So like I said, I'm at the place now where I can actually move forward with the plans. So all praises to the Most High. Like I said, I'll be working on the website and I will definitely keep you all posted. Let us put the Bridgerton franchise out of business. Let us put Bridgerton franchise out of business, sisters. You all know what I'm talking about. Yes. So, sisters, let's continue to grow this channel so that the information can reach Shebrews throughout the four corners of the earth, and even those that are not Shebrews but are willing to be a part of our community. We are to let our light shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. I love you all so much and appreciate you taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to have tea and conversation with me. The water, thank you for your support. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for us. So until the Most High brings us back together, may you prosper and be in excellent health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. I'm your hostess, Kuala Yakaka, a voice of reasoning and justice. Thank you for joining me for another healing moment on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Until next time, stay royal, stay radiant, stay regal, and continue honoring your sacred temple. And as always, this is Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. Good night. Shalawam, sisters. AHAYAH. I love you all so much. Most High willing, we'll be back next Sunday. Same tea time, same tea channel. Shalawam, sisters. Sounds great, Sister Ada says. The water says, the water. All praises to the Most High. You all have a blessed week. Shalawam.